welcome back. So now we've moved on from the individual sounds. Now we're going to work on groups of consonants at the end of the words. Now, as I said in the class that we gave for the d and the t sound, in English it's extremely important to pronounce the consonant sounds at the end of the words. Now this is usually as we need them to link to the next words that we say. So if you want to speak with fluency, we really need to focus on this. Okay? In many words there are groups of consonants at the end of the words. Here are some examples. Lunch, French, recommend, left, restaurant, bank, sounds, thank, and pound. But not all words which end with two consonant letters necessarily end with two consonant sounds. As we have seen in previous units, the letter R after a vowel sound is not pronounced as a consonant, but pronounced as a long vowel sound instead. For example, like the verb to walk, or among, or burn. Sometimes a word with only one consonant letter may be pronounced with two consonant sounds. For example, the noun box, or the verb mix, or another verb fix. Now there may also be more than two consonant sounds at the end of a word. For example, next, which has three consonant sounds. Lasts, blasts. Now often consonant groups at the end of the words relate to the grammatical function of the word. Now these often result in between 2 and 4 consonant sounds at the end of the words. For example, s and z, okay, for the endings in the present simple. Also for possessives, or plurals, or contractions. For example, the present simple, wants, stands, texts, and d and t, endings in the past simple. Adjectives, for example, charged, jumped, and nt endings in negative contractions. For example, aren't, don't, and st endings in the superlatives. Okay? For example, warmest. And also with professions. For example, florist. Or endings in ordinal numbers or nouns. For example, fifth or warmth. Now please note that some speakers may cut one of the consonants at the end. For example, with the verb lands. In this case, we didn't pronounce the letter D. Lands. Or the ordinal number, sixth or sixths. Now make sure you pronounce the final consonant sound in a consonant group though, as it may change the meaning, okay, if not pronounced. Here's a couple of examples for you. So your guest was wrong. Okay, your guest was wrong. Now if I don't pronounce the final consonant sound, I will be saying your guess was wrong. Okay, another example. Think about it. If I didn't pronounce the final consonant letter, maybe I would say, think about it. The shop's closed has a different meaning to the shop closed. I parked it, the sentence in the past, or I park it, the sentence in the present. She isn't an Australian. She is an Australian. I can't go. I can go. So it's very important to pronounce the final consonant letter in order not to change the meaning of what you want to say. Okay, if you look on the attachment, there are some exercises for you to do, so you can listen to these following sentences in order to complete the exercises. So the last question is, what is the 12th month of the year? December. Correct. Next question. What's the longest river in the world? The Nile. Perfect. Okay, let's carry on. Which of these cities is the furthest east in Europe? Athens, Brussels, or Budapest? Perhaps it's Brussels. No, you're wrong, I'm afraid. It's Athens. And the last question. What's the world's biggest animal? The elephant. Excellent. You've got 75% correct. Now, listen to these sentences and write the final consonant sounds on the attached document. Okay, the sounds which are missing from the underlined words. What did you do last night? Oh, I went to a restaurant, and you? Well, I watched a film on TV. Oh, I want to watch that. I can't believe I missed it. What time did it start? Oh, it started at 6:30. And what are you doing tonight? Well, my sister asked me to go round to her house for a drink because it's her birthday next week. So was the film any good? No, it was the worst film I've ever seen. I turned it off after an hour. Okay, so that's the end of this class. Now spend your time on this exercise. Work a lot with the consonant sounds. Write sentences and really practice before moving on to the next lesson. I don't want you to rush through the lessons and not really capture the importance of each lesson, because in the end it's like a jigsaw puzzle. Every piece is necessary to complete the picture. Okay, see you in the next class.